Hello and welcome back to my stream, and today we are going to, I hope, finish our StackOverflow clone application built with React and express.js. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing so you will be notified when I stream, and also you will be notified about new episodes about the apps I build. So as I said, today I plan to finish this app. We have the main functionality. For now, we have start page, we have a specific question here, and we have question, comments, answers with comments, stuff like this. We can log in and log out and register. So I listed down the things that I'm going to complete today, or I will try. So the most important thing is that those tags are not correct. They are just hard-coded, so I need to fetch correct tags for each question here on the start page. So I will do this today, and then I want to put a page for every tag, so you can click on a tag, for example here, and go to a page for this specific tag, where you will see questions for this tag, and you can click to follow or unfollow the tag. The next part will be to probably do a home page with only tags the user is following. So if you are watching some tags, following some tags, you will see questions that are related to you, and if you're not logged in, you will just see all the questions. And then those stuff now are not that important, are not in MVP, but I want to do a pagination here, so I will not show all the questions at once, but there will be like page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, or maybe if you scroll to the bottom it will load more page, so it will be like infinitive scroll. And the next part will be to create public profile pages. So when you click on a username, you will go to user profile and see what this user, what tags they are watching and how many points they have. And yes, I will show their tags their profile is watching, user profile watching, and then I will also try to show number of points someone gets, you know, those points, like 2 here, -1 here, 1 point here. And then I will put React helmet, so we will have some prettier titles here, and not just React app on every page. So yeah, fix the questions here, then tags pages, and then profile pages. Yeah, as always, click a like if you like, and maybe leave a comment, and I hope you enjoyed this. So let's start with this questions page. This is the home page. So now we are in our app.js file in client source app.js. So the home page is questions page. So let's go to questions page. And now, as you can see, there are questions listed here, and every question is a question row component. So now if we go in here, we can see how the tags are displayed. Yeah, those are hard coded for now, but I will try to fix it. So let's maybe remove all except one. Now we have only this JavaScript, and let's see what do we have here. So we have question row with title and ID, and how is it passed. So we have questions, that is an array. We fetch questions from here. Okay, then we have title and ID. We also need the tags. So let's go to question row and define this in prop types. Like this, tags. And this will be, let's do prop types array. Array, just array. Alright, and now let's go to questions page, and as you can see we fetched this from /questions, our express API. So let's go to questions. Okay, let's go this way. In our API we have post routes here. So here we have posts and then type and then post IDs. But let's see if so we have question routes. So we have questions and here question routes. So at /questions we do this, and in here we need to also select tags for each question. So let's see, this is post method for questions, so it's not interesting. This is fetch for specific ID. Here are the just specific questions for listing the questions. So we are selecting everything from posts where parent ID is null. Alright, and then let's see, we order by ID desk, so it'll be descending. And we need to also left join tags. We do left join because there can be questions without any tags. So we join tags, and here we do left join tags by tags ID equals, no, it will be, let's see, our database structure question tags. Alright, so we need to first left join question tags, and in here we will do question tags question ID equals posts dot ID, because we have questions in a posts table. Let's see here, question tags, yeah, it's question ID, and then we have tag ID. Okay, so we have question tags, but in question tags we have only tag ID and we need tag name. So let's also left join, or not, this can be a join, regular join. So we join tags, and tags ID equals question tags tag ID. So we left join question tags because there can be questions without tags. That's why we do left join and not that just join. But on tags we do join, and we join based on question tags. Alright, let's save it and let's see if the homepage still works. No, it does not. Let's see why. Do we have any result? No, it fails. Alright. We should have some information here. Let's see. Try to remove this one and see if it works. No, it does not. And if I comment this part, alright, then it works. Okay, let's fix this one. So left join question tags. The name is correct. I don't know what is the error, but I will console log it. Console log the error. Let's refresh the page. Okay, so the error is unknown : question ID. Question tags, question ID. Let's see, in question tags we have column question ID, QUS ID, and here question tags, question. Alright, so let's see, here is the query. I will copy this one and I will try to run this manually in a query console to see what is wrong. So we left join question tags. Okay, it's not questions tags, it's question tags. So that was the issue. Question tags, question tags. Alright. Let's refresh. And it still fails. Column ID is ambitious. Okay, so here we can't sort by ID because there are many ID columns. We select, instead we do posts.id. And now let's refresh. And it kind of works. But here I think we need to also do left join. Let's refresh again. Yes. Alright, then let's group by posts ID. Yes, because we don't want to have the same question showed for every tag. Now let's see, group by the name is called, the function is called. Yes, now it's better. And now we select posts, everything from posts, but we want also to select tag names. But we need to select it somehow, so I will use db.row and I want to select group concat and tags, and I think it's called name. Yes. So let's see, does it still work? Yes, it does. So if I open questions here, I can show you. So here we have questions, and for each question we have this specific question, then we have group contact of tags, with comma separated tags. So instead of have several rows for each question and each row will have a tag, instead this we do just concat them together, so it will be easier for us to list the tags. I would just rename this, so I will select this as tags. So now if I refresh, let's see, questions, we open the first one, tags PHP JavaScript. Cool. Alright, so let's go to our questions page. So we send the ID to the question row, but let's send also tags, and tags are inside the question.tags. Now let's go into question row. All right, so here we have only JavaScript, but let's see, we have all tags in an array as a property, so we can put the tags here. And now tags map tag, and now for each tag let's do this, but with this specific tag, and it didn't work. Tags map is not a function. Okay, because we pass tags as a string and not as an array, so this is a string. So here we just need to split it with comma, and it's null on some questions, as I thought some questions do not have any tags. So we need to check if it's true-ish. Yeah, now you can see this question has 2 tags and others don't have any tags. Alright, so it works. So now let's open a specific tag, because now we have this tag provided with a name. Let's see. No, actually not. We have this tag as a style component here. So instead I will remove this part, because we have created a tag component before, and let's use this one. So let's see, where is it used? I need to re-import it, so let's do tag, and it doesn't work. So let's go to the bottom and let's import tag from tag.js, like this. Yeah, it almost works. Let's see now how. So tag needs to have a name. Let's go to question row. So we need to put it like this, and now it works. Alright, so there is another small issue here, and it's here. All questions are asked 2 minutes ago by me, so I need to fetch also author of the question and display the correct timestamp here. So I need to join author. So let's see how to do this. Here in post we have questions, and we have here author ID, and we need to connect it with users here. Alright, let's go to question routes and let's join users on what? Users.id equals posts dot author id, and we need to also select it. So I will try to make this more readable first, and here we want to select users that and everything from users. Maybe not, maybe just email. Email will be enough. Alright, so let's see. Now let's go to, let's first try if it works. Yes, it works. Now let's go to questions page and let's see what do we have here. So for a question row we pass title, ID and tags, but we need to also pass user ID, and user email. Alright, or just a user. So let's do it like this. Let's go to question row and let's define that question want some author information, and author information will be object, just an object. Let's go back to our questions page. Oh, hello Rahul. I want to ask, why haven't you used MongoDB as a database instead of MySQL? Yeah, I use MySQL because for me it's easier to use, and I think MySQL is easier to learn, and I think it's more popular. And I think it's easier to prototype on MySQL. MongoDB is a like go-to solution for enterprise applications. I know it's MongoDB is popular for express application, but yeah, I'm just good at MySQL and it's faster for me. Alright, so in here we need to pass some author information, and I will pass ID, that will be 0 for now, and I will pass also email, and that will be question email. Alright, and now let's go to question row, or maybe let's first fetch the ID of the user. So let's say we have it, but we don't have it yet, as a user ID here. But now we need to provide it from here. So we need to first also select user's ID. Let's use DB row as user ID. Alright. Let's see if it still works. Yes, it does. And we provide it here. So let's go to question row. And here we have a who and when component. Here we have user link. Let's do, we put some author information here, and inside this author property we have email. Yes, we have it, and we have also user ID, but we will fix it later. And as 2 minutes ago, let's replace it with I think it was when component. Let's see how to use it. Yeah, we just need to put a timestamp here. So let's do Let's see if we have any timestamp related stuff. Let's go to questions page. Now on the title ID, we need the created at that we get from the question. And the question created at, because we get it from the database. Here, created at. Alright, and let's see. Questions page. So we have created at, questions, created, question, created at. Let's maybe refresh. Now let's go to question row. And let's put here our created at. Created at. Okay, now we have some timestamp here. Alright, so let's see. We have a timestamp, we have who created this. Are all questions created by me? Let's change it. First question to someone else. And let's see, where do we have the first question? Here is the first question. Let's change author ID to 2. And let's see if this will change. Yes, it has changed. Right, so it works. Alright, so we have questions with proper tags and timestamps and usernames, or not usernames but emails. The next part now is to create a tag page. So on the tag page we'll show questions for specific tag and follow and unfollow button. Alright, so first let's create links. So let's go to our tag component. And let's see, we have styled tag here, that is a style component. So we can add the link. And the link will go to /tag/ and the name of the tag. Like this. Let's see, so now if I hover, yeah, it shows at the bottom that it will go to /tag/php. Right, so this one works. And now if we go to our app.js, we don't have any route for this, so let's create it. So it will be route path, and the path will be /tag and here name. Then we will have a component. We don't have component yet. Alright, and now it screams that the component is empty. Alright, so let's create a tag page. So let's create new component here, new file, tag page.js. So let's create a function tag page, and it will just return empty tags. And here we just need to export default tag page. And now let's go back to our app.js and let's use this tag page. It has not been imported. So let's try again here to auto import it. Tag page. Okay, now it has been automatically imported for me here. Alright, so let's see. if I click on this one, I go to an empty page. All right. So same as we have on the questions page, we have something called header row with header and a button. Let's see, what is this header row? Yeah, I will copy this to our tag page. Like this, header row. And I will use it here, header row. And inside I will do header 1. And we need to use here our tag that we have from URL here. And we also get parts from the URL in our question page. So let's see how is it done. So on get question we fetch match params ID that we have from the properties. So we have here match property, and here we can use this. But here we have tag, or no, we have name. Yeah, so we are on the PHP tag page. So if you go to JavaScript, we are on the JavaScript page. Cool. Now I want to add this blue button that we have also here, and this blue button will do this follow unfollow stuff. So blue button, and it has been imported here. Blue button with follow. Yes. Let's go to PHP. Yeah, we have this follow button here. Maybe let's do tag :PHP. Maybe not. And match params name I will do now. Follow is enough. Alright, so or maybe no, let's use no breaking space here. No breaking space here, and let's see. Follow PHP. It sounds weird, so I will just remove follow. Alright, so we have this button here. Now we need to add the on-click action or function. So on click we want to follow or unfollow question, and to do this we need to save this information for a specific user. We don't have a table for this, so let's create new table user tags, and here let's see how do we do this with other, let's see, question tags. Okay, so let's go back to new table user tags, and column will be user ID, and the next column will be tag ID, and I think that's all we need. So let's execute this one, and we have user tags here. That is empty. That is good. So now when someone clicks on this follow button, we want to send an AJAX to our endpoint and save that the current logged in user wants to follow this tag. So we need to save this tag in user tags. So let's go to tag routes, and in here we do tag routes that post, and let's do /tags / maybe name of a tag, and then follow, and then request response. And in here, so if someone clicks on the follow to follow specific tag, we can send the name of the tag or ID of a tag. I will remove this name part, and I will use I will get it from a post parameter. So let's do first define tag ID. So the tag ID will be from the request params tag ID. I will first check, for example, in question routes, is it params that we use in post? No, it's request body. Tag routes request body. We send post params in body. We send params in URL, and post params are in body. So tag ID, let's also get tag name if we have it, and then we will check if we have tag ID or tag name. Alright, so now let's see. Now we want get the logged in user, and we need to specify token here, and we get this token in cookies. So token equals request cookies token. So we have token now, and then we can do then. Alright, so we get the user, then we have the user here, object. Right, so then we want to fetch this tag, because we can have either tag ID or tag name. So let's fetch all tag information. So we use database to select everything from tags. Yes, select everything from tags where, and then we can have either tag ID or tag name. So let's create const and column that we'll use to select. And if we have tag ID, then the column will be ID to select. Otherwise it will be name. Let's go a column to check. Alright, and here we will do here column to check, and in here we will do the correct value. So if we have tag ID, then we do tag ID, otherwise we do tag name. And we select first one, and then we have the whole tag information. And with this tag selected from the database, we have ID and then we have the name of this tag. So we can insert this information to our user tags database, user tags table. I will quickly jump to question route to see how to insert stuff. DB table name. Okay. So here we do DB table name. So it will be user tags and then insert. Alright, so in here we need to insert user ID. That will be currently logged in user that we have from here. So it will be user.id, and now the tag ID, and we have all tag information from here. So this will be tag.id, and then we just want to send a response, and the response will be just 200 response status 200 send, and that will be it. So let's go to our tag page and let's create a function for when someone clicks the button. So let's do function follow. So here we do axios post, and we will send post to /tag/follow. We need tag name or tag ID sent in our post, and we have a name, so let's do tag name, and it's in match.params.name. Then we also need to add with credentials to true as a param here. Maybe we can make this prettier as a constant. Yes, like this. Then after it's posted, we have a response that we don't need to know what's inside the response. We just need to know if it's okay, and if it's okay, we need to change follow to unfollow. So now it's follow. We need to import use state, because we need to use state here from React. So we'll define state for this follow unfollow. So let's call it following and set following. We'll use state and default will be false. And if someone clicks follow, then we set following to true. That's all. All right. And in here we will show this button only if no one is if you are not following. So following, not following. So that's why exclamation mark, and we put this button in here. Okay, axios is not defined. Let's see, axios. let's import Axios. Import Axios from Axios. All right, now it works. So when someone click follows, it should follow. And if someone is following, then we should show unfollow button. But for now we're not following PHP. So let's click follow and let's see if it will work. Nothing happens. It's because we forgot to attach this action here. On click follow. Let's see. Okay, we get 4 tag / follow post. Let's see why. Let's go to our tag routes. Okay, so we have tags / follow. So let's update in our tag page. It will be tags / follow. Let's click in. We still get 4. Let's see why. Tag routes post tags follow. We still get 4. Tag routes post tags / follow. Let's check it. Okay, it's not tags follow, it's our API. So let's go to HTTP localhost HTTP localhost 3030. Right. Now let's see. Okay. It failed. Let's try again. Alright, let's check in here. User functions. Something wrong with user functions in our tag routes. See, yes, we miss .js here. Now let's try again. And it worked. So now let's see in our user tags table. Yes, user ID 1 is following tag ID 1. And we have unfollow button. So now we need to make the same for unfollowing. So in tag routes, I will copy this to add a route to unfollow. Tags unfollow. So we get the tag ID, column to check, token. We select user, we select tag. But in here we need to do a delete. So let's try it like this. And we need to delete where those stuff and then .delete. So it will be like this. And let's put where on a separate row. Yeah, so user tags where user is this, tag ID is this, we delete, then we send 200. And on our tag page we need to create function unfollow, and in here we will do almost the same as in follow function, but here we will change follow to unfollow. And that should be it. And let's see, on unfollow button we need to add on click with lowercase l, and we will call unfollow function. Alright, so let's check unfollow, and it worked. But after clicking unfollow and it's 200, we need to check following to false. Now let's refresh. We are not following. We are following. Now we are not following. Now we are following. Now we are not following. Alright, so it works. So the MVP of the application is almost kind of done, and now we want to show questions for this tag. And let's see, we have questions displayed here, but now let's see, we have a questions page. Let's see, how do we display them? We have question row here, and we list all the questions, and we fetch questions here. Alright, so we need to fetch questions on our tag page. Let's create a function to do this. Function get questions, and in get questions we just need to run axios get http localhost 3030 questions. Let's add some param, tag name equals match.params.name, and here we need to add the config with, no, we don't need to add the config because we don't need to send the token in our cookies. So after we fetch it with get, then we get, let's say we get questions as a response, and we need to set these questions in our state. So here, well, let's create the state for this. Questions and set questions. Use state will be empty array as the default. So when we have questions, we do set questions and we pass the questions here. Alright, and now we need to call this function, but only once on render, so we need to also use effect, and here let's use effect. Don't forget about those. So it's empty array, and here let's do get questions. So I think that now if we go to PHP, yeah, nothing happens. Let's try to list questions. So let's first check questions page. We have something called main here. So everything is inside main. And then we have questions, alright. Main. And then we have questions listed here. So if we have questions, I'll do like this, and question, then we do questions map, and with each question we will list it as a question row. The ID is question.id, the title is question.title, and we have misspelled here questions. Still something is misspelled. Question, questions. Maybe let's just refresh. No, it says questions map is not a function. So let's check if we have any questions. All right. Here we are getting questions. Here we are setting questions. All right, let's see what happens with the backend. So we are fetching questions and we are getting questions. All right, let's check components. And let's see on our tag page, what do we have in state? Okay, so we have questions here, but they are not listed. And why is that? Let's see on questions page. We check if there are questions and length is bigger than 0. So let's also check questions length is bigger than 0. Okay, we don't have questions here. We get response and questions are inside response.body. No, response data. Okay, now we have something more. Email of undefined. Okay, so we need also to pass email here inside author. So inside author, let's put email, and it will be question author user email. I think it was user email. No. Let's see on questions page. It's just email. All right. Let's rename this to email. Now we need also created at question created at with underscore. Let's put this information maybe in question row, or maybe not. Let's put this that created add is required, prop types string is required. Right, so now we have all the questions, but tags are not shown. So let's do tags, not here, but in yes, it is tags page, tag page, and in here let's do tags and question dot tags. Now tags are displayed, but we have also questions that are not PHP questions. So in our question routes, where we select where we get questions, so it's this one, get questions, where we send this param here, tag name. So we need to use it in our SQL query. So let's go to question routes and let's define tag name. This can be also empty. So tag name is request body tag name. All right. All right, so here we are selecting posts with some joins, but we need to only select where tag name is this specific tag name. So how to do this? First we need to put this whole query into a variable, into a constant. So let's do const query equals db select and stuff like this. And here we'll do query then. And here in the middle, it's not query, it's query. And in the middle, we check if we have tag name. And if we have tag name, then we do query where and in here we do tags that name will be tag name. Let's save it. Let's refresh and see if it's broken. No, it's not broken. Alright, so I will change it to from where to having. And let's see how to use it. Connects having. I will use having because I want to select from those columns that I select here. So let's do having. Here we have having. So let's do tags, tags like, and here we will do like this. And let's see. Okay, so we don't have send this tag name in body. Let's check params and let's refresh. Let's try to console log tag name. Let's refresh. Tag name is undefined. Check body. Let's refresh. Tag name is still undefined. Let's check maybe query. Now something have happened. Okay, so we have tag PHP. Okay, and it's showing here only one question. If we go to JavaScript, we also show this one question. Let's maybe add some more question tags here. Let's say that question ID 9 will have a tag ID of 2. Let's see. Okay, so now JavaScript has those two questions. Well, this is not correct. Let's see here. Why it's PHP, JavaScript, JavaScript. I will refresh. Okay, I think I know why. Let's go, let's fix it. Let's go to a specific question page. Oh no, let's go to question routes and place where we fetch specific question. So it's this one because it's questions ID. Let's open. Let's see here. Where do we fetch tags? Yes, here we fetch tags. We select everything from question tags. Okay. And we shouldn't select everything. We should select everything where question ID is question.id. Now if I refresh, now it's correct. So this one will have JavaScript. Yeah. All right, let's go to JavaScript. Okay, so we have those two. If I go to PHP, we have also two. Okay, because let's see here. If I go to JavaScript and I need to refresh. All right. Here I will do set questions to an empty array. To do this on the beginning. If I go to JavaScript, we have two. If I go to PHP, we have also two. And that is not correct. But if I refresh, I have only one. Let's see here. JavaScript, 2, PHP, still 2 questions. Let's see if we are fetching. If I click on this one. No, we are not fetching anything. We are not checking if this one changes. And we need to so when someone clicks on this link, I want to re-render. And I'm using this image here. Let's Google. Okay, let's add this part in our app.js. Oops, and let's see if this helps. If I click PHP, No, this didn't help. And let's see if we even okay, I think that we need to change this component to a class component, or maybe component did mount with hooks. Let's see. All right, I think that in this case we should remove this. Oh no, now we have too many. Let's fix this by changing this component to a class component. So now let's go to the top and we will import also component, and this will be class test page that extends component, and we need to add a constructor here with all the props, and we need to pass them here, and we need to initiate state. Following will be false, and questions will be an empty array. We remove those two. We don't need to use state and effect. We need to remove those function stuff and use effect. Here we'll do component did mount, get questions, and here we need to do render. Like this. Okay, match is not defined, so let's define it here. Match equals this props match, not math, match. All right, now let's see. Match is not defined, 25. Okay, so it's two places, this props match. Okay, now set following is not defined. This set state, and here we will do following to true, following with double L, and let's see, match is not defined in 37. Let's do this props match. Questions, set questions is not defined. All right, let's do this set state and questions like this. 51, following is not defined, so let's do this and this state following. unfollow is not defined, and those are not defined. I do this state and save, and now only follow and unfollow. This dot unfollow and this dot follow. Okay, I think now it's JavaScript, PHP. Let's put a tag into our state, so props match name. Let's refresh. JavaScript, PHP. Nothing happens here. Okay, I think it let's see what component did update. And here we need to put get questions to this get questions. Okay, let's stop this. And we need to update with get questions only if a tag has changed. So if we have prev props match, and in here we have name is different than and this props match name, then we will do this get questions. Let's refresh, and if I click JavaScript, nothing has changed. Okay, let's console log to see prev tag equals, let's maybe do like this, previous equals prev props match name, and current equals this props match name. And let's see console. Both are undefined. PHP, nothing. JavaScript, nothing. Let's also pass prev state and this state. Let's maybe just check previous props here. Let's see. Match params. Alright, now I think I know what's wrong, what was wrong, because prev props match and then params. Okay, that params that name match that params that name. Let's see network, and if I click PHP, okay, now it works. So I forgot that there are params inside match and not directly params. I need to first go into params. Alright, so I can remove this console log, and we have this tag in our state that we don't need. If I go to JavaScript, we have 2 questions, PHP 1 question. Alright, so it works. And I can still follow and unfollow. Alright, so we have tag page finished. The next part will be to on our homepage to show only questions that we are following, if only tags that we are following if you are logged in, right? So let's see. Let's go to question routes. Let's close this one and the place we are getting questions. All right. Here we need to know if we are not getting this param. So it's a start page because tag name we only get on the tag page. Then it's start page, index page, home page, this page here. No tag name defined. So let's get logged in user, and we need to have a token. So let's define token. Token equals request cookies and token and then we have user object here, so we can fetch the tags that this user is following. So let's do db.select tag ID. We just need tag ID, and then or maybe just tag ID is correct. From user tags, and then we have user tags, and with those user tags we know we can now get this query, and then we can add here where and here will be question tags tag ID in. Maybe do we have where in? Yes, we have where in. Let's use this where in function, and here we need to pass all IDs. So let's we have user tags and we have tag ID on each one. So here we do user tags map tag, and let's just return tag ID. Alright, we have updated the query here, but it's async, so let's see. Let's do here else, and let's put it we don't need to okay, let's have this part too. If it's like this, otherwise we want to also put it here, and let's see if it breaks. Yes, it does. Let's see why, and we don't know. Let's inspect here. Okay, I guess it's because we don't send the token. Let's go to question page, questions page, and let's in fetch questions. Okay, we do with credentials true. Let's refresh and check why it fails. So we send the questions, but it's empty. I will check what tags I'm following. I'm not following any tags that add user ID 1, tag ID 1. Maybe that's why it just works. Yes, it works. I will go to, and I will also add the, I'll also follow JavaScript, and let's see if I will. Yes, now I have two questions. If I unfollow, okay, I'm following JavaScript. No, I'm not. Let's see. Yes, I am following JavaScript. So why is it saying follow on this button? Let's see. On tag page, okay, it's because is following is false by default. So let's fix it. I will create a function here, get followed, tags, axios get http localhost 3030 tags / followed. Okay, and of course with credentials, because we need a token, and then we will have response, and then we know if the current tag is followed, so we can set following. So in the response we have all the tags we are following. But wait a second. I will change this to just /tags. And then in here I will have response data, and we'll do for each tag. I will do if the tag name equals this props match params name, then I know that the current tag is the tag that we are not now visiting, and tag following will equal equals true, or just tag following will be enough. Then I can set this set state following to true. Alright, and now we need to use this function get followed. This get follow tags here, and also here this get followed tags. So if it updates and unload. Alright, and now in our tag routes, where we are fetching all the tags here, let's define token. So const token, and the token is request cookies token, and let's try and get logged in user with this token. Then we will join following information if the user is following. But first let's get this select cut, let's name it query, and let's define it here. Okay, and if we are logged in and we have the user, then let's do query left join, and we'll left join user tags, and on user tags, tag ID equals tags ID, and let's catch here. If we are not logged in, then just do nothing. Then let's just and on both we need to put JSON with tags. So I will copy this one here and here, and let's see. I will refresh now. So we have tags here. Okay, we have user ID here, user ID here, tag ID and user ID is not. But I need to left join user tags, but also I need to add to query where, because we are not using this user object here, so I need to where, maybe not where here, but I will update this left to join db row. I will join user tags on user tags tag ID equals tags ID, and user tags user ID equals, and user that we have here, user.id. Let's see now. So let's see, PHP tags. I open tags. The first one is PHP, and user ID is 1, and on 4 that is express, user ID is null. So we can check if user ID is null, then we know we are not following this. So let's go to tag page and get followed tags. Here we, instead of following, let's use user.id, because we know if it's not empty, then we are following. And as you can see, PHP, we are following. Let's change URL to express. And we are not following express. Let's see what tag ID is the express. It's 5. Let's add some question tags to this. So let's say that question ID 1 will have is express question. And if I refresh, okay, let's see posts. Okay, there's no 1 ID, so it's 2 ID. Okay, and we have first question. All right, so now see PHP, we are following. JavaScript, we are also following. And let's go to start page. We see only questions that we are following. Let's check maybe. Let's go back to question tags, and let's say that the first question that this has ID 2 will have also JavaScript as a tag. Okay, so first question is JavaScript that we are following because it has unfollow button, but it also has express that we are not following, but it doesn't update. Let's see why. On tag page, all right, here on the beginning, let's set state following to false. Okay, so express not following, JavaScript following, PHP following, we'll go JavaScript following, and express following. Yes, that is correct. Express not following, yeah. Okay, so we have this one working. So tag page is working, and start page is working. And start page shows only tags that you're watching. Let's see if I log out. Okay, then I don't see any questions. Let's see why it is this way. On questions page, we are fetching questions with credentials. Okay, let's go to question routes, and let's see here. Okay, so I guess it is because the token is empty, so this one fails, but we are not catching the failure. So let's first check here if we have token. And let's refresh. Now we have all the questions. And if I log in, test@example.com, and test the password, yes, I see my own. I see questions that for the tags I follow. Right, so now this works. The homepage shows the tags you are following, and if you are not logged in, it shows all the questions. So it is done. the next thing will be to show a name for the user, not just an email. Alright, so we have profile page here where we just say hello and this thing. Instead of this hello, I will put an input. We have an input here, placeholder will be your name, and the value will be user.name. Okay. So it works, kinda. The first thing, let's check users. We don't have a name column, so let's update this. So modify table and add a column called name, and it will be varchar 255. All right. So we have a name. It can be empty. All right. All right. On profile page, we need to create a form, and we need to put this input inside the form. And this blue button will have. We need to also have blue button with update profile, not blue link button. Blue button. And here let's add HR to separate logout stuff. All right. So this will work, and form on submit will do something else. We have an event here. So when you click update profile, we need to create a function to update profile function. Update. It can be just update. All right. So update with the event, and event prevent default. All right. Now we need Axios to send a post to HTTP localhost 3030 profile, and in here we need to put data. So let's define data. Data will be an object of, for example, name, and the name will be the name of the user. Alright, so name will be user.name. So here we can just put data, and with like this, with credentials to true. Then we know it's correct. Let's show some confirmation, and let's define the context for this. Const show confirmation, and said show confirmation, use context, use state, and default will be false. And under profile, if we want to show confirmation, then we have a component for this one. We had something like error box. Okay, let's use error box. It's not an error, but now let's use some, let's go to error box and let's create something similar, like notification.js. And let's I copied everything to notification, and now I will rename this style error box to styled notification, and I will rename this error box function to notification. And going back to our profile page, we don't need this thing, and instead if we want to show notification, we will do notification. And here let's say that your profile has been updated, but we also want to change some colors here. It will be green, and the background color will be this. Alright, so now let's fix on profile page when someone changes something on the in our input. We will not show here username, or maybe we will, yes, let's do this user.name. Let's go to our app.js and let's see how do we send the user context. So we send user and check out, and in check out we are fetching the user. Alright, so the easiest way will be to not using this value here directly, but instead let's do const username value will be user.name just on the beginning. Here we'll do user name value. On change with event we'll do something else, and here let's add a function handle on name change with this event, and we will store it in our, oh, here we have some, alright, that doesn't work, and we will have some state here, so it will be let's call it username and set username, use state. No, that will be too, okay, I will remove, no, I will have this one, but in here we'll update the context, and to update the context we need to add another function here. So we have check out, but I want to also have function with edit user, and we'll have here some user properties for the user, and with user props we'll do for each, and value and key. And let's see, let's define user here. User equals because we'll edit this object, it's user because we have this user here, and let's maybe name it new user info. So for each, let's do new user info, and the key will be equals to new value. Then set user new user info, and we also need to pass it here, and so it's an edit user function. And on our profile page now we can use this edit user. See? Yes. So we have this edit user, and we can edit user here. So here let's do edit user, and we want to update username with this event target value. Right, let's see if it works, and it does not. Let's see why. Cannot read property name of null. Okay, so we don't have user yet because we are fetching this from database, but let's try with user.name here. User name or empty. All right, so let's fix it. We have input here, and on change we need to call handle on the name change with the event. Let's see if we can edit. No, we cannot. Let's see why. For each is not a function. Let's go to our app and let's try with something else. For key in new user info, key for key in user props. I add the let here, and here user props key. See if this works. No, it does not. Let's maybe console log here. Console log. Okay, here we shouldn't set. No, it can be user. Let's console log key user props of key. And let's see what we are getting here. Let's also log new user info. Okay, we have name S. Let's see on our profile page. Let's do here console log user. Okay, so user updates. But it doesn't re-render. Let's see how to fix it. React re-render on context change. Alright, so it will not re-render by itself if the context has changed. And I think that we need to fix it by using state as a component. So in here, let's do user context. I will quickly check it back how they are doing this. Okay, there is a function inside this, and that's all. So inside this there is a function that will be called. So let's put all the stuff inside it. So let's maybe start like this, and let's fix it like this. If show confirmation stuff can be outside, and here we will have a user. So if we have user, then we want to return this part, otherwise we want to return this part, and this thing can be removed. This thing can be removed too. Let's see if this works now. Yes, it doesn't work, but we are getting closer. Alright, so we are passing user here. And we are using user name. Alright. Let's try to get the name here. No, this will not work. I'm afraid that we need to change this component to a class style component, from functional component to a class style component. Yes. All right, let's do this. So component. So it will be class profile page that extends component, and we need constructor with default state that will be like this. Show confirmation will be false, redirect to the home page will be false, and that's all for now. So we can remove those two. We can remove context stuff, and we can do profile page context equals user context here. I think it was context type. Yes. So we'll have context in here. So we need to also remove function on those, because those are now methods. And here we'll not just return, we'll use a render function that will return all the stuff. Right, now we need to fix all the missing information. Let's try with logout. This context check off. We'll do set redirect. This set state redirect to the home page will be true. And now what do we have here? This context dot user dot name. Edit user is not defined. Okay, edit user is not defined. It's this context dot edit user. Redirect to the home page is not defined. Line 41. Okay, so this state redirect to the home page, and here with this state show notification, and here we will have this update, and here we will have this handle on the name change, and here we'll have this logout. And we are back, and it's better now because we have a class component. So let's see, we have class component, so we can do on component did update, and here we have some information. Let's just console log arguments, and let's see if we have something here. Okay, component does not updates on context change. Let's see how to fix it. React update component on context change. There's a lot of code that I don't want to read. Okay, let's try a different way. Let's remove this component update. And in here, let's add another user context, but with name user context. And here we have the function. Here we'll have user name. This will not work. Let's see what we can. Okay, should component update. We have next context, so let's console log next context. Okay. Can we do parent should? Return parent. Let's check how to use this function. Call parent. Okay, here we can just return parent dot should component update. Let's see. No. Let's see. Alright, so this will be true. Let's check default return. Alright, so Let's just return true. And now let's see. Okay, let's put here in props the context information. Username will be this context that user that name. If we have a user, then it will be this context user that name. Otherwise, it will be an empty string. All right. We don't need should component update, but instead we will do state here. So let's do this state username and this state set state username will be ev target value okay. We have username here and we are setting this right. Let's see what is wrong now. Let's comment this one. So if we are updating handle on name change, then we want to set username to this. Okay, let's try with an empty string as a default. Handle on name change. On input changes, handle on name change. Maybe we need to reload. Okay, now it works. So now let's see if we can put the username back and this back. Okay, this will be empty string, but on component did mount. On component did mount, I will do this set state and user will be, and username will be, if we have context then we'll do like this. Let's see now we can type. That's cool. And we can update and we can post to profile, and when we don't, and after we post to profile we can do this set state show notification to true, and let's name our test, but it's for 4. So let's go to user routes, and in here let's see register and log out, but let's also add user routes post on profile, and we get here request and response, and here we need to do get logged in user with a token that we get from cookies, request cookies token. Alright, then with the user, and we can update the user, so it will be db users, and here we'll have also name. That will be request body name, and here we'll update where id equals user.id. Then we will update the data name as a name. Then response status 200 send. And let's try again. Network error. Do we send to profile? Yes. Let's see what is wrong. You are not logged in. Okay. Test at example.com. Test. Login failed. Okay, and here are into that.js. Okay, now we are logged in. And now let's see. Let's put test here. Update profile. And it worked. So now we also want to show the name here. So let's go to header. And in header we want to not show the user email, but let's show username, and if it's not, then show user email. And same for the question page. Author name will be question name. We will select it from question routes. Let's see where we get this. Let's select also user's name. Yes, and we get questions page. Then here, let's see. And on question row we can display it. Let's see. We have it as a name on author. Author.name or author email. Okay, so I have test on this one, and this one has email because we don't have a name on this one. Let's open this. Let's go to question page. Also question page, not questions page, question page. And in here, let's see, email. Where is it used? Here. Let's do question name or question email. But we don't have it here. Let's see where we fetch question. Set question. Here we fetch for specific ID. So let's go to question routes, and where we fetch for specific ID, let's open this, and let's also add here db row user's name, and that should be it. Let's refresh. Now we have test here, and we have test example. That will be all for today. Sorry, there'll be another episode where I will create profile pages for all users, dynamic profile pages. And then I will also fix titles and pagination on questions page, because this stream is already more than 2 hours. So thanks for today, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and comment, and sorry that there will be another part, but we want to make this more beautiful. So thanks for today, and see you